So there is quite a bit of stuff that I have to like add into the video so that you guys can get some concept. Not everything was recorded obviously because I'm really bad at like making sure I record every single little detail that's in my life. That's a bit hard to do, but there is some stuff that I do want to like add so that you guys know what's going on. We already had a gender reveal party and it was super fun. It was my family plus my boyfriend's side of the family. Everybody came together as one. Everybody get to know each other. So I will insert some clips here and there. I think I have one clip and a few pictures, but the gender reveal was fun. So now you guys know what we're having. Also in the beginning there's gonna be a clip of us eating at a restaurant for Valentine's Day. That was our little way of congratulating ourselves that hey, we are, I want to say by then I was at least 7 or 8 weeks pregnant, I want to say. So we just thought of like treating ourselves out to a lovely nice dinner for Valentine's Day. So I'm trying to remember, where did we go? We went to some nice restaurant in Quebec City. And yeah, I hope you guys understand this context. This is the balloon arch, so we're not done. We're just gonna add these and then that's it, we're leaving. That's about it.
Donc là, on l'a pas testé, elle est neuve, fait que si ça sort pas, là...
Ah, c'est ça!
On a le gâteau sinon. Fait que tiens-le quand même un peu là, parce que je sais pas que ça va pas. Tu veux aller?
1, 2, 3... Hello everyone! I am going to try and attempt to do a sit-down video. Right now I'm on my way to my doctor's appointment. It's just to, I think it's a follow-up from like gestational diabetes, just to see how I'm doing with my blood sugars. And yeah, I think that's just pretty much it. I don't do my 20-week ultrasound until June 4th. June 4th, I believe. Yeah. So let's do a recap. First trimester was by far
the hardest trimester ever.
I was actually in school. I was doing clinicals in school for LPN, and I was pretty much fine. I think like when I got into maternity clinicals, that's when things went downhill. So I had a 2-day clinical plus 1 day of like post-clinical, and my day 2 was supposed to start on the weekend. So what happened is that on a Friday, I ended up having some bleeding, some vaginal bleeding, and I think by then I was around 6 weeks, 6 or 8 weeks. I'm not quite sure. I was really early. So I ended up having some bleeding going on. So of course I alerted the clinical coordinator at my school, let her know what is going on, So, you know, she's telling me like, ooh, at this, you know, with you having this, like, I don't think you can continue your clinical. So I was like, okay. So I notified my doctor, blah, blah, blah. And my doctor kind of just said like, listen, don't do anything until we see you. So I had to be seen a few days after that. So long story short, that was the end of my clinicals. So even though I had 2 more clinicals to finish my program, I had to walk out on that because obviously me growing a life inside of me is way more important than me finishing up school. That's just how I see it. It may not be for other people, but that's just how I see it. So that was the end of my schooling. That's that. So from 6 weeks in on, it's been nonstop vaginal bleeding, nonstop. It was relentless. Like the bleeding just would not stop, and it would scare me every single time. But that was that. So then I ended up stopped bleeding for a little bit, and then I remember I was at work, and I don't remember how far along I was during that time, but I was at work and I was on my lunch break, and I noticed like I felt something really warm down there, and I was like, okay, and I just continued eating because I was like watching TikToks and everything, and I'm thinking like maybe, I don't know why, but I thought like maybe it's just like a discharge, like, you know, you do have a lot of discharge, because I was still taking the vaginal suppositories. I was actually taking it 5 times a day, so I'm just thinking like maybe it's just, you know, secretions, whatever. So then I'm like, this feels really warm, like it actually feels like it's going down my leg, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get up and go to the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom, did my thing, and honey, what I thought it was a discharge or whatever, bodily fluids coming out, no honey, it was bleeding. I panicked because this time was way worse than what happened the day after I finished with my clinicals. It was way worse. It was more bleeding, it was dark red, and it was dripping, and I soiled through my underwear. Sorry if it's TMI, like honey, like this is real stuff. People want to know what's going on, and I'm gonna tell you guys. So some of you guys need to stop taking shit so personal and stop being like, ew, that's too much. No, like, anywho, you've been warned now. So anyways, I kind of just cleaned myself up as much as I can. I put toilet paper down there, and I hauled ass. When I mean I hauled ass, I mean I hauled ass out of work. Like I told my scheduler, like, listen, I gotta go. I literally thought I was having a miscarriage, and I was crying talking to her, and she's like, oh, go, like, you don't have to explain yourself, go. So literally deuces, goodbye. I like sped through the hospital. My boyfriend at the time, he was at the vet appointment with our 2 dogs, and he's like, drive safely, I will meet you there. So that is what happened. So long story short, let's just say that everything's fine, but it was hell. There was so much going through my mind. Finally my boyfriend like met me at the hospital, comforted me, and like, you know, she did a vaginal exam on me, she did an ultrasound, she says the baby's fine, like we don't see anything, we don't know why you're bleeding, That was it. After that, I had like 2 or 3 emergency appointments after that in the hospitals, just for them to do an in-depth ultrasound to figure out what's going on. I don't even know how far along I am, maybe 15 weeks, 15, 13, girl, I don't know, boo-boo. But let's just say it was a hot mess, and rest assured, there was nothing wrong with the baby, and that's what made us feel good. I felt comfortable, but it's just an uneasy feeling when you don't know what is going on or what is causing the bleeding. But rest assured, the baby's fine, I'm fine. That's all there is to it. So with that being said, I think a week or 2 later, I end up seeing my OBGYN, and she's like, what do you want to do with work? And I'm like, honey, just at this point, like, I want to be off. And she's like, no problem, we'll make it happen. So that's what happened. I'm off of work, and that is it. Since I've been off of work, the bleeding has actually stopped. I bled maybe for another week or 2, but after that, like, I'm not bleeding anymore. So what it is, like, what's that about? But all I can say is, like, I'm fine, baby's fine, on my way to the doctor's appointment. So